I built the mirror from Locke and Key, and it actually works. Here's how. I modeled the key in CAD based off of a design from the comic book. Once it was all printed out, I used the files to sand down the entire thing. Then, I went over it with a soldering iron to give it this textured finish. I went over it with several different coats of metallic spray paint. And then I used some acrylic paint to weather it. After a little bit of touch-up, the key was done, and it actually looked like metal. Next, it was time to start working on the actual mirror itself. So I bought this cheap 1 by 4 foot mirror from Lowe's. It did crack a little bit when I was taking off the frame, but it should be fine because it'll be covered up later. I wrapped tape around the edge so I wouldn't cut myself when I was working with it. I used a few furring strips to make a frame for it that would hold it together, as well as some of the electronics. I stained the top and the insides of the frame because they will show when the lights are on. Then I could start working on the electronics. My first idea for the lock mechanism was using a simple button like this, but it sucked. My next idea was using a homemade contact sensor, using 2 nails and a piece of aluminum foil, but that extra sucked. But then, out of nowhere, I actually had a somewhat decent idea. I designed it around this potentiometer, and it worked perfectly. That works perfectly. With the design finalized, I soldered everything together. Next, I chiseled out a space for everything in the frame we made earlier. Then I programmed the board to do everything I wanted it to do. I bought some acrylic that was the same size as the mirror. Then I could drill and file the keyhole in the acrylic. I wanted to make a cool looking outer frame, so I angled my miter saw to 45 degrees and cut all the pieces. So with it all glued in place, I just want to make sure that everything still works. so the mirror looks like it's pretty good, and I'm gonna try for the LEDs swapping out the cable because I'm using a third party cable, and the interwebs said that might not work. Yes! It works! Now all we've got to do is put on the mirror film and we'll be done. My super awesome dad decided to help me for this part. We can't do that for the whole thing because then it's not all that work. Huh? The window film all put on, so now we can start putting it on the actual frame. Alright, so now all there's left to do is mount it. We've got these D-ring hangers. We're going to attach 2 of them. Oh, no. Now enjoy this not at all cheesy short film I created for the project.
It's a recipe passed down from Malone's for generations. It's probably the thing I do best.
Subscribe. Ustedes soya viena cola fosa sarosha balasa kumala shusira kabunana viula bashala saya asana shubora asoka mane fukata shkame kasina tatish musima Alrighty guys, so if you did enjoy this video, all I'm going to ask is that you hit that subscribe button so I can show you more cool videos. Okay, bye. Where are the things? Just had the things. Oh, I had the things.